Hey, one of the biggest mistakes that most people are making when they're thinking about studying for the CIA exam is they say, "Hey, I just need to go out and buy a book, read it, and go take the exam, and everything will be just fine." Or I need to study lots of questions, and that's going to prepare me to be able to pass the exam. Now, I get it. Everybody tells you that that's what you do when you sign up for the CIA exam. Go out, buy a book, read it, do some practice questions, and then you're going to pass the exam, and everything is going to be great. Now, I know it's easy to fall into that trap because that's what everybody's telling you. But let me ask you, does everybody who goes out and buys a book, read it, for a few hours, go through some sample questions, and go and take the exam, does everybody pass? They don't. In fact, less than 40% of people, or maybe 40% of the people, actually pass the exam. And what that means is 60% of the people fail each time they take the exam. Now, why am I saying that just reading the book is one of the biggest mistakes? The reason for that is reading by itself. And what usually happens is people will silent read to themselves, or they will just go and do the practice questions. That's the most ineffective way for you to study. In fact, most of the time, you only retain about 10% of what you're actually reading. So, how do you get past this? How do you not end up in that 60% of people that fail the exam every time? Well, what you need to do is actually invest more into the way in which you study. Because here's the reality: you either pay now or you pay later. And what does that mean? Huh? Okay, let me explain that. One of the reasons why so many people just go out and buy a book and read it is it's the cheapest option. You're going to spend a few $100s up to $1,000 to buy books. But like I said, it is the most ineffective way, and you have a higher risk of failing the exams if that's all you do. And so what ends up happening, and I see this with lots of people that I talk to, they buy the book, they read it, they take the exam over and over and over again. And here's the reality, and this is why you end up paying more by investing less upfront. It costs you $2,000 to $3,000 in time and effort every time you take one of the exams. So here's the thing: if you're not willing to invest upfront into a quality learning system that is actually going to help improve your options and improve your likelihood of actually passing the exam, you're going to pay for it in the end. Somebody that has to go through and take the exam 2 or 3 times is spending tens of thousands of dollars of their time and money in order to be able to pass the exam. And the nice thing is, you don't have to do that. There's other options that are out there for you to be able to increase your retention level and be able to pass the exam the first time. So, what I really want to ask you is, do you want to invest up front and actually learn the material better and pass the first time? Or would you rather risk having to take the exams over and over and over again? So, tip: go out and find a better way of studying than just reading the materials.